You're about to watch a Trains Newswire video. If you enjoy what you see, consider watching some of our other full-length videos. Big Boy, Back in Steam, 4014's Triumphant Return, 1309, The Beast of the East, and Skookum Lives, The Lazarus Locomotive. All these and more are available from our website, kalmbachhobbystore.com. Good morning, Trains Nation. Today is Friday, May 31st, 2019, all day until midnight. We're so glad you could join us for an episode of Trains Newswire Roundup. I am Steve.
Hi, and I'm Jim, and man, it's good to see you here in Wisconsin.
Good to see you, too.
It's been a while since we were running around Utah and Wyoming.
Yep.
Chasing
a big boy.
Big boys and northerns, and my God, that was something. But anyway,
Yeah.
Time moves on. We're back in Wisconsin. Newswire is flourishing. Even though we had a short week this week.
It's gosh darn full.
It was gosh darn full. We had 38 stories, and that was just as the last count I did about an hour ago this morning. Yep. And, lots of stuff going on. Amtrak, flooding, Class 1 railroads. We got it. We're going to give you a real quick rundown on the big stuff. What is your top story of the week?
Top story is coming up shortly. Bill Stevens is feverishly typing on his keyboard right now to get the railroad angle on what President Trump's tariffs on Mexico are going to do.
Oh, that's a big one.
5% across the board, 5% on everything.
That's a big one.
From Mexican beer to automobiles to tamales to anything that's starting from Mexico coming north to the U.S. 5%, and it could be higher later this year until President Trump decides.
Bill's working on that right now.
We got that.
You guys go out after this broadcast.
Check the story.
And hoard your Corona beers.
That's right. Traffic is also down across the networks.
Really?
Yeah.
What the heck's that all about?
Officially we don't have a word on it, but I think it has something to do with all this flooding that's out there.
Yeah, I can
out
see
there
that.
in the
a lot of the
Mid-South.
corn can't move.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of service disruptions in the Midwest.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're trying to get some stories out of Arkansas and Oklahoma on what's happening with the flooding and what the impact on railroading is. But look, it's everywhere.
Makes sense.
With as tight as railroading is today in precision scheduled railroading, if you gum up one part of the network, it's going to start cascading across.
Right. Yeah. And I know UP's Geneva sub across Illinois. I know they're just slammed with traffic right now. We did a story on Newswire this week. You can check it out about the detours of the California Zephyr across the UP.
We also heard Texas Eagle has been annulled or detoured as well.
Detoured as well.
So this is crazy
some
stuff.
tough stuff there. Midwest flooding.
We got some short derailment stories out this week. There's a derailment in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Saw that one.
Which has turned the normal through station into a stub-in station for a short amount of time. Also an interesting derailment on CSX in Ohio. Only I think about 20 or so cars on the ground, but reports are that it was a very long train. So if there's more to follow up on, we'll follow up on it. But see that story on Newswire so far this week.
Yeah.
Also, CSX's CEO, James Foote, has come out and said that automation is pretty much in the cards. It's what's going to happen eventually.
I read that story too, and that was one of my top stories for the week because they've invested all this money in PTC. They like the safety aspects. Now they want to see if they can get some efficiencies out of it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's apparently some negotiations with the labor unions this fall to be done. So expect that to be part of the discussions.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Jim, what's on your list so far this week?
Well, also in the PTC area, the FRA came out and said that 48,000 miles out of 58,000 miles that are eligible for PTC, that meet the statutory requirement for having it, already have it, which is pretty doggone good.
Yeah.
And they've got to the end of next year to get it all done. So a little bit of PTC update there. Out in Colorado, if you and I were just out there, we flew in and out of Denver to get to the Big Boy, and huge population increases along the Front Range in between Pueblo and Fort Collins. They're going from about 4.9 million people to about 6.6 million people over the next 25 years.
Shazam.
Yes, and they are looking at a Front Range type railroad out in there to haul people, and they really need it. I can already tell you, I-25 is a mess. I avoid that one anytime I'm in northern Colorado now. But anyway, some developments on the Front Range Flyer, as they call it. Meanwhile, private car owners are upset about Amtrak's latest ruling banning open platform and vestibule riding on many routes. And you can check that out as well. And then lastly, just a little bit of internal news here. We announced our latest photo charter. We're going to be at Grand Canyon Railroad this fall, October 26, 27. Going to be the last run for 280 number 29 up to South Rim before it goes into storage. It's 1472-day tickets up, and then once that's over, 4960 will be doing the honors for a few years, and then they'll rotate them around, is what I understand. But anyway, if you want to go see it, take some pretty pictures. It's a beautiful time of the year at Grand Canyon, and not too hot, not too cool. Join us.
Very nice. For everyone at Trains Magazine, we hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Take care.